If you want to cut the government, federal and state, there are certain things you can do and many things you can't do. Things that are governed by contracts, things that are governed by laws that are difficult to change. But one of the areas of discretion in the hands of political authorities, particularly in the 50 states, is the budget for higher education, because it's not locked in for many reasons. So the bottom line is the rollback of the New Deal in the last 30 to 40 years has particularly heavily impacted higher public education. And that left the university in an impossible bind. It had really two choices. One, charge more for the students. On the instruction side, the key change was the end of the tenured professor, the end of this notion that a person like me would be hired to teach 2 courses a semester, which is all I ever taught as a professor. Never had more than that in any of the universities I ever attended and worked at. 2 courses a semester, the summer off, basically. My job being to write, to research, to read, to bring to my students the best developing comprehension I had based on the latest research and the time to learn it and to process it in a creative way. All that's gone. Instead of paying me a good salary, you never become rich being a professor, but you're comfortable. You don't have to worry about the basics of life, especially if you're married. I'm married, I had 2 children, so I had normal expenses. But between my wife working and me, we were a comfortable American family. All that's gone. And the university substituted underpaid adjuncts, graduate students, recently graduated students with a fresh PhD, all of the people coming out of the graduate program who were no longer being given the opportunity of a real professorial position of the sort I had always had, and instead told, here, teach 6 courses a semester, or wild numbers, for very little money, often at multiple institutions with little or no support. No secretary, I always had a secretary, no machinery to help you, none of it, none of the assistant, grading assistants, all the things that we had as a matter of course. And the end result was the teachers were not able to do the kind of work they had been trained to do, that they wanted to do, that the students would have benefited from. All that was thrown away in the name of money. And the only veneer over it was that this was all educational reform, but anyone who worked in the trenches of higher education knew that that was just crap.